This video demonstrates how to use iPerspective's remote workbench to be able to move data from one instance sitting inside of your firewall, for example, to another instance. Could be inside your firewall, could be in a cloud environment. So the remote workbench allows one iPerspective instance to speak to another iPerspective instance. Typically, the local workbench, on the left-hand side you would see your databases, on the right-hand side you would see your application servers. In this case, we're going to see our iPerspective servers that we have. And I have an EC2 server already registered with a number of target databases that you can see here. These target databases, when I click on Add Target Data Source, what it does is it goes out and it introspects the database, or the iPerspective repository that exists on this EC2 server, and I get to name this new instance, and let's just say I'll name it test for now, and then I can select a database. And these are databases that I already have created, and you noticed here that I already have tagged each of those databases. I've got a MySQL database, two different MySQL databases. I probably should have labeled them better, and my Oracle EMP schema on the EC2 database. So I can pick any one of those, and when I pick them, it adds it right within here, so that I can pick any one of those instances, and you can see that I have each of these instances and what the details of them are. The EC2 server, we can see here that this is a server that's running out in the cloud that we're seeing more information for here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introspect my local database. Let's say I want to take this customer table and I want to actually copy that customer table into Oracle MySQL wherever, and I just drag and drop the object over. And what it does is it looks at the data that's in the customer table over here. What are the columns? What are the column types? Varchar2, number, so forth. And it asks me if I want to move this data over, and I can actually schedule jobs. For example, I can schedule Golden Gate to be used. I can use a poor man's replication, which is literally exporting or extracting the data from the customer database. We do it into a comma delimited format so that we can move it over across database versions and do the import of the data from an Oracle to a MySQL, for example. But we can also use non-poor man's replication, which is Golden Gate. It's a product from Oracle that does replication from any environment to any environment. And if you use Golden Gate, what we do is we're writing out configuration files on each side so that you literally drag and drop an object over, and it'll move that data source over. So if I click on Next, then what it's going to do is it's going to go out and create everything that's necessary in this Oracle schema. And if I logged into that EC2 server, what we would see is that this table that I dragged and dropped over here was originally not in this Oracle database, and when I dragged and dropped it over, it would create the data structure. Mirroring the data structure, it would export the data into a comma delimited file. It would FTP the file across, encrypted and compressed. It moves the file across. It uncompresses the file. It loads it into the data structure after creating it within that Oracle database. So cloud-based replication, internal replication, very easy to take data from any environment, move it into a new environment, drag and drop interface, as simple as dragging and dropping a table, and we do all the work from there for you. Pretty simple process of cloud-based replication. Thank you.